gotta say the live. I'm not seeing it just yet. And it's here. Yes, happy Friday. Gosh, I love this time of the day. It's nice and bright. And it's all about talking about commitment today. I'm talking about commitment, and this is a commitment, having to do this every day. No specified time at this point. I haven't committed to a time. I just committed to the day. Sometimes I do borrow time zones, but I'm still committed. And that's what commitment means, because it's not always going to be convenient. And although this is a different type of commitment, it does show that I am focused on achieving a certain goal. What commitment really means is that we have certain values that we live by. And when we make a commitment typically will line up with our values. For example, integrity, faith, family, so much more. So defining your commitment, are you able to follow through? If you say you're going to do something, do you follow through? I would say for me, for the most part, yes. If I say I'm going to do something, I will. And if I haven't, it could be I forgot. Like I was supposed to get someone's membership, and I had said I'm going to do it, and I completely forgot. So what did I do? Sent a message to them. Once I realized I hadn't done it, and I said I apologized. I haven't done it because I forgot. That was just the honest truth. It's a lot going on. We get busy, and it's okay sometimes to miss it, but recognize, and once you recognize you've missed it, own up to it. So I owned up, like, hey, I know I was supposed to do this. I forgot. But you know what? I'm going to do it right now. And that's exactly what I did. Because once I realized I had made a commitment, but I didn't follow through, I apologized, and then I followed through. I think sometimes we are hesitant to admit wrong, but that's part of our character, showing who we are, that we're fallible. Nobody is 100% all the time. There will be times when we'll fall short, in a good way, sometimes unintentionally. I'm not talking about doing things that are known to be like criminal, but sometimes we do fall short. Forget to finish sending a form out or completing a signature or something like that. The thing is, once you realize that you've not followed through, then just own up to it and get it done. That's it. So commitment for me is very important. Once I've committed to doing something, I will follow through. And if I'm not following through, it's either something fell through the cracks, I forgot, life happens, and once I realize it, I'll get back on track. So how is your level of commitment? Are you someone who values loyalty and follow through? I can be very loyal. Very, very loyal. Once I say I want to be associated with something or a cause that I feel is in line with my values, I will stay with it until such a time when I feel, okay, it's time to move on. But we go through phases. What may have been attractive last year to me may not be attractive this year because of different things. Aging, going through age, maturity, different perspective. So Understand where you are in terms of your loyalty and your follow through. When things get tough, are you in the habit of standing firm, or do you compromise or even quit? I don't like that word, quitting. I'll find a way. I'm going through something right now that nothing major. It's just part of me is like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I'm like, no, I made a commitment. I got to follow through. So, because it's part of my character, commitment. So tie your commitments to your values, because your values and your ability to fulfill your commitments are closely related, and take some time to reflect on them. So here are some steps that you can do. First, make a list of your personal and professional commitments. Then try to articulate your core values. And once you have both lists, compare them. You'll probably find that you have commitments unrelated to your values. Reevaluate them. You will also find that you have values that you're not living out. So commit yourself to them. Hey, we're all in a growth process. It's okay. We are all growing. We're not going to get everything 100% perfect all the time. So this is how we grow. And then take a risk. Being committed involves risk. You may fail. Your teammates may let you down. You may discover that fulfilling your goals doesn't give you the results you desire. But take the risk of committing anyway. I love that word, anyway. Just do it anyway. That's one of my speeches. Do it anyway. There's a quote I like to share also. Nobody who ever gave his best regretted it. Isn't that a beautiful quote? This is by George Halas, the former owner of the NFL Chicago Bears. This is a football team in the US. Nobody who ever gave his best regretted it. So, and then because you're not working by yourself, you're working with your team. What is their commitment? So when you evaluate, you can see if you find it difficult to commit to certain relationships and you cannot find a reason for it in yourself, consider this. You cannot make a commitment to uncommitted people and expect to receive a commitment from them. If people are not committed and they're your team, you may need to re-examine that relationship and see whether you are reluctant because the potential recipient is not trustworthy. Why is the person or the teammate, if they're not committed, is it because of they're not trustworthy, or what's the situation? You have to evaluate and then assess if this is a relationship you want to continue with. And then increase your level of commitment and stand firm on matters related to your values. So it boils down to your values. What are your values? Once you know what your values are, then it will help in identifying where your level of commitment falls. And if you need to make adjustments, we need to make adjustments all the time to get to our destination. Ask a pilot. They may be going from A to B, but along the way, there will be some stormy weather coming up, there's some wind, so they have to keep adjusting but their eyes are on the target, the destination. So once you know what your destination is, you can just keep adjusting whatever you need to do. If you're coming into an area where there's turbulence, for example, navigate your way through the turbulence. Once you get out of it, you keep going. But sometimes some of us, when we get to that turbulent situation, we stop and we quit. And that's why it's important to be committed. Imagine if you were on a flight going from A to B and the pilot wasn't committed. And they got into a turbulence and say, you know what, we're not going to go through this turbulent time. We're just going to stop here and we're going to get off. No, I don't know that has ever happened, but when a pilot gets in a plane, they are committed to go from A to B and they just navigate their way through, making adjustments as they go along. If they need to make some changes, they will along the way. They make some adjustments, maybe to the power engine, to the fuel release. I don't know all that jargon, but whatever it is, they need to make adjustment to. Do we fly higher? Do we fly lower? Do we go around the clouds, through the clouds, under the clouds? Which way? Which way do we go? Do we need to make a detour in the way? But they have their eyes set on the destination, and that's the way we need to be. That's commitment. Just as committed they are as they are to get us to our destination, we need to also be committed to get to our own destination. And so, commitment. Tie it to your values, and it will get you to your destination. Thanks for joining. And tomorrow I will be doing a live for the Global Youth Initiative. I meant to send out flyers. Okay. I meant to send out flyers. I haven't sent them out. I might send them out. I don't know if I'll send them out today or tomorrow. I'll send them before tomorrow. I will send them out tomorrow. Today or tomorrow. But I will send them out. That's a commitment. Okay, I'll send them out. See, we need to keep reminding ourselves of our commitments. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow for Global Youth Initiative right here on this channel, where I will be sharing with our younger readers that leaders are readers. Leaders are readers. Let's start them young. It's the best way to go.